In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a pumpkin arrangement with an Oshun pouch. This is going to be a non-traditional pumpkin arrangement, and I'm excited to show you my thought process in designing it. I'm Ellen Frost. I'm the owner of Local Color Flowers, and I've been a florist for over 15 years. I write a weekly newsletter all about flowers, which you should definitely check out, and I run an online community called FlowerMore for flower nerds who want more flowers in their life. So this month within our FlowerMore community, our monthly design challenge theme is to make an arrangement with a pumpkin, a gourd, or a squash. So I've made a lot of pumpkin arrangements in the last 15, 16 years where I carve out the pumpkin and then put a vessel inside there, either a mason jar or a vase or even something like another kind of mechanic like an Oshun pouch. But today I wanted to try something a little outside of my comfort zone for the community challenge. So my idea is to keep the pumpkin intact and to use an Oshun pouch mechanic that's going to sit right on top of the pumpkin. And so my idea is that the pumpkin would stay intact all of October so that I could reuse it and maybe make arrangements every couple weeks that would sit right here on top. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to use this Oshun pouch as my mechanic. So if you've never seen an Oshun pouch before, it kind of feels like a bag of dirt. It's very, very weird as a mechanic. And it's full of something called cocoa coir. I think that's how you say it, which is basically husks from inside the coconut. And what this is going to do is I'm going to poke some holes in it. I'll show you how to do it. And then I'm going to soak it in water. And it's going to puff up like a pillow. And what I'm going to do then is use this as my mechanic to hold my flowers in place and to keep them hydrated. So I am using also like a little dish too. This is just like a little plastic dish that I had in the kitchen. And I'm going to set that right on top. I think you might be able to just set the Oshun pouch on top of the pumpkin, but I'm going to use this plate to maybe keep the water in place. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take just like a little wooden skewer and I'm going to poke about 10 holes in the top of my Oshun pouch and 10 holes on the back of the Oshun pouch. So there's no right or wrong way to do it. Just poke about 10 holes in there, flip it over, poke another 10 holes. And then you're just going to set this in a bucket of water to soak for about 5 to 7 minutes. So while my Oshun pouch is soaking, I'm going to just use a couple little pieces of alien tape. If you haven't used alien tape before, stuck to the table, it is a two-sided waterproof tape. And this is actually what I use to attach my frogs inside a vase, but it can be used for anything. It is waterproof. So I'm just going to cut a couple little pieces off of here and attach my plate to my pumpkin. I think this will work. I've never done this before, so this is new to me too. Part of the idea of the FlowerMore Community Design Challenge is to get outside of our comfort zone and try something new. So I have a vision for this and hopefully it will come together. So I'm just taking a couple little pieces and attaching it to the plate so that it stays on there. And then I'm going to put my Oshun pouch right on top. And I'm not going to fasten my Oshun pouch on here, I don't think. I'm just going to let it sit right on top. All right, so my Oshun pouch has done its soaking, and you can see just from a few minutes of soaking, it's puffed up into a pillow shape, and it feels like soft dirt or compost or something inside of it. I didn't think I was going to fasten it to the plate, but I think I am going to put a piece of waterproof tape over the top of it just to see if that will hold it in so it doesn't move around when I design. This is waterproof tape. You can just get this at your craft store or at your wholesaler. I think that's a better idea to have it taped in there. And now I'm going to design right into my Oshun Pouch. So Oshun Pouch is, like I said, a mechanic that will keep your flowers in place and keep them hydrated. It is a sustainable mechanic. It's a great alternative to things like floral foam. And it's great because you can use things pretty short, and you're just going to stick it right in. The great thing about Oshun Pouch too is that you can put things straight up and down. You can put things in sideways, upside down. It really holds things in place. So I'm going to start by just greening a little bit with some 9 bark. So I've got a good shape. I'm going to use a little bit of, this is native goldenrod. The variety is called Fireworks. And for those of you, this is not ragweed. I know a lot of people confuse goldenrod and ragweed. This is not something that will give you allergies or cause you to sneeze or cough. This is a native perennial, and it's really great in design because it does add so much interest. I'll use a little of this on the edges here too. All right, and then I'm going to use a tiny bit of, this is scented geranium. This is lime scented geranium. There's a lot of scented geraniums out on the market now. I love just about all of them. The lime has a smaller leaf than some of the other ones like the ginger or the citronella. Lime has a little bit of a smaller leaf, but I like it because it's pretty sturdy and it doesn't wilt. And I'm always looking for things that don't wilt. And I am going to cut these pretty short and use it to cover up a lot of my mechanic here. So that's looking pretty good. I am going to, before I put any flowers in, I'm going to use some of this. I have some dried black pussy willow. Black pussy willow comes out for us in like March, I guess February or March. And I've been saving this from last winter because I wanted to use it for an October arrangement, and this seems like the perfect time to use it. So while this doesn't need to be hydrated, it is still going to go right inside my mechanic. All right, next I'm going to put in some plume celosia. I'm used to arranging in taller vases, so with the Oshun Pouch you really can cut things pretty short. It's a great mechanic if you have short stems or stems that have broken off and you want to have a little bit shorter, you want to use them shorter. It's a great mechanic for that. Next, I am going to put in a fall favorite. These are Gomphocarpus physocarpus, otherwise known as hairy balls. Everybody's fall favorite. They really add a ton of interest, and especially as you get into Halloween, they are a really fun addition to arrangements. The next element I'm going to use are some marigolds because October is definitely marigold season. We use a ton of marigolds in our shop this time of year. There are all different colors. There's bright yellow, gold, orange. There's a new very light yellow, like a buttery yellow color. There's also the burning embers, which is the two-tone colored ones. There's a lot of marigolds on the market, and we love them all. All right, it's going pretty good so far. Next, I'm going to do some dahlias because October is dahlia season. Our dahlia season will end around mid-October, so I want to use all the dahlias I can while we still have them. And I love these bi-colored golden orange ones because they play so well with the marigolds. Cute! Everything's looking so cute. Love how these dahlias are looking in here. The coral, the orange, they really play well with the celosia and the marigolds. So it's looking pretty good. I'm going to put a couple last little bits and pieces in, and then I might fill in a little bit around the edge just to make sure that you can't see my mechanics. So these little bits and pieces, one of them is going to be strawflower. If you haven't used strawflower before, they're so fun and they're really cute, and they really do feel like papery. You can hear how dry, even though they are fresh. They do have a little bit of a spongy stem, so you might need to give them a little extra push inside your Oshun pouch, but they'll fit right in there. I'm gonna put a couple, these are Oklahoma zinnias. I'm gonna put a couple little of these guys in. They have a pretty strong stem, even though, you know, sometimes zinnia stems don't feel that strong because they are hollow too, but these fit in great. All right, I'm loving how it's looking. The last thing before I just fill in, I'm gonna put in a few of these. This is sea oats. This is a native grass, and when it becomes available this time of year, I like to use it in all of my arrangements. Everything I use usually has sea oats in it because I love how it looks. Right now, it's sort of in the in-between color stage. This is sort of a greenish beige. And then in another couple of weeks, this is gonna be a totally beige or suede colored grass. And I love how it looks, but I also love just like the movement and the interest that it adds to arrangements. All right, I think this is my pumpkin arrangement with an Oshun pouch. My idea is that I would be able to take this plate off of the pumpkin and set this Oshun pouch in some water to rehydrate at the end of the day. And then after a few days, once my arrangement's done, I can just take that plate off. I'll still have my pumpkin and I can make another arrangement later on, rather than carving the pumpkin and having it, you know, get rotted and only be able to use it one time. So if you're interested in taking our floral design challenge, where you make an arrangement with a pumpkin, a gourd, or a squash, join us in FlowerMore, where you can make your arrangement and talk all about design and technique with other flower nerds who are into design just like you.